I'm Jen. I paint abstract portraits. Today I'll be painting Jess. Jess, whenever you're ready, if you could just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. Well, I am a creative producer in the film industry. Come from Mexico City. And I am all for making Austin a great artistic hub and helping the industry grow and helping new artists and growing artists like Jen to express themselves and put their art into the world.
Cool.
Yeah. Mostly my mom was, she's a former stunt woman.
Cool.
Yes. So I grew up in the 80s and 90s where there was no cell phones, no email. I actually once went to school the next day after, I believe it's one of the first times I went. I'm not really sure because I was so young. My mom tells this story. But apparently I went back to kindergarten and I told everybody that my mom had died 5 times the night before. And that a certain star, a specific actress who at the time in Mexico City was a huge deal, especially in the soap opera world, and had babysat me while my mom was doubling her in that moment. And my mom was called in and they told her this. But it wasn't about my mom being killed 5 times what worried them. I guess because they knew what my mom did. But it was about, oh no, she's a liar. She's a compulsive liar because she says that this certain actress carried her and took care of her last night. And my mom was like, well, yeah, I'm her stunt double. Like, I'm the stunt double for this particular actress, so it's a normal thing.
Wow.
So I was always intrigued by it. And then my mom, because of her job, would get like tickets to the theater and tickets to, see a specific movie or, and she would she tried to get tickets for family events and she would take me. So I kind of fell in love with that world. And don't get me wrong, I actually tried not to be a Nepo baby at some point, because, my mom was in the industry, but nobody knew that.
Sure.
Only people that knew me before, when I was a child, knew that my mom was my mom. But I never brought her up unless, she would come up in conversation. I tried to always open my own path for myself. And I did, because also one of the reasons why is because I didn't want to be a stunt person.
Right.
I admire what my mom does, but I am a wuss and I would never throw myself off a balcony willingly. She would. She loves it. I am a Women in Film and Television Austin official board member.
That's very exciting.
Of the 1st of October of this year, 2023.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And that's a 2-year reign, right?
It is reign. It is a 2-year term, yes, which I am very excited about and seeing what we can bring to the table and help, promote women.
Yeah.
Not only in the typical areas in film, but also like producing and directing and cinematographers and, any type of graphic artists or production designers. Like, that's also amazing. And I mean, my part, I'm only a small part in a big board. That everybody does their job and they're so amazing and they're so lovely to work with. I mean, we haven't had our official first board meeting, but we will in the next week.
Ooh, exciting.
I'm very excited. But I've already seen work from these ladies, and we're already hitting the ground running with a lot of events.
I'm going to share with you my fantasy about your first board meeting.
Okay.
Okay. You like show up to like a room that has like velvet curtains and like all the couches are velvet and everyone's wearing like posh dresses and drinking martinis and we're all like chin darling.
I wish it were that glamorous, but no. Given the no, I mean I'm very excited. My little part is taking care of the members and making sure that their needs are met and they're listened to and their voices are heard, and kind of like that liaison between the board and the members.
Gotcha.
Which I believe is very important. I'm thrilled that I got the opportunity to work in a leadership position in WIFT, which is very exciting and
That
very
is exciting.
Oh yeah, I cannot express it enough.
That's very exciting.
Yeah.
I'm so happy for you.
Yeah.
And grateful.
I had to learn the hard way that it's not always up to you,
Same.
you know. And if it's not up to you, then it's not on you.
Sure.
You know, you did the best you could, and that's
Yeah.
how it goes. And sometimes we get lucky, and sometimes we don't.
That's
So,
right. Yeah, Mr. Rogers did a number on me. Like, everyone, you can find good in everyone. And so I like,
Mr. Rogers, the neighborhood?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
yeah. Like,
Yeah.
I found good in everyone, sometimes to a fault. And it wasn't until like way too late in life did I start to go, oh, I don't need to be friends with everyone. I can be selective.
Oh, yeah. I think Mr. Rogers did a number on me, too.
Yeah.
Because I'm very much like that.
Okay.
Like I said, I learned the hard way that, yeah, sometimes you can't resolve a conflict.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong about that.
Yeah.
Because it would generate a lot of anxiety, a lot of depression, because I couldn't be friends with everybody.
Yeah.
I could, but I think when I finally understood that being friendly doesn't mean you're friends. I think that's when, and you don't have to be friends to be friendly. Like, it goes both ways.
Yeah.
I think that's when I started kind of like letting go and not be deeply affected. Because when I say deeply affected, Jen,
Yeah.
I would literally say my heart is broken.
Oh no.
Like, I would be heartbroken
Oh.
when something didn't go, you know, when I
Yeah.
lost or I thought I lost a friend or
Right.
so I had to learn the hard way that there's assholes in this world.
There are.
And it's not because of me.
No,
you know?
that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah. So true.
But at the same time, I think when you learn that,
Yeah.
you realize, and it's a lot easier for you to find like-minded people.
Right.
That actually have the same ideals and goals and
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Sorry, I blanked out for a second because I'm still in shock that you are with your like high school sweetheart. That's such a wonderful story. You're the second person in my life who has successfully married their high school sweetheart. My freshman year college roommate, also married her high school sweetheart, and
Nice.
it's very, very beautiful. But it's like, it's so wild. Like, I've met millions of people from all over the world, right?
Yeah.
And I've known two people who
I've known,
you know.
I've known, aside from me and my husband, I think I know one more couple. So
yeah, it's just like
especially nowadays.
It's so neat. Like, you know, if we take statistics on everything, right, as we move along in our experience and the life and everything, it's so neat to like see a like it's almost like an urban myth or like
it is. It's kind of like a rare sighting in the wild.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's so beautiful.
It's amazing.
I hope you know that I'm coming from like a place of awe. It's so cute. I love it. And you said you were a figure skater?
I was.
I just like miss all these big nuggets.
I know.
Wow,
I was a figure skater for a while, yeah, and I loved it, and I still love it. Anytime that you tell me, let's go ice rink, yes! Like, I'll be the first one there.
Wow.
Yeah, I love it.
Wow, so
I haven't done it in a long time.
I was going to say, is there a place around here where you can go?
Well, there's one all the way in Cedar Park. There's one in Round Rock. I think there's two in Round Rock. Because there's Chaparral Ice, which is and kind of North Austin, a little bit next to Round Rock. Then there's the Pond, which is in Round Rock, and then there's the Crossover, which is in Cedar Park.
Oh wow! So that's like 3 places.
Yeah.
Wow. And
I wouldn't imagine, but yeah, we have ice in Texas.
Amazing.
23 years, what can I say?
That's amazing.
It's not as easy as it seems. It has been. We've had our ups and downs, like any other. But I think it doesn't get any easier. A lot of people say, oh, it gets easier with time. It does not. I think, on the contrary, because you've been together for so long, and you don't stop evolving.
Sure.
As a person.
Right.
So, I think we've been fortunate enough that we haven't become completely different people from when we met. And sometimes people do.
Yeah.
And it's, again, I don't think it's on them. I think it's just the fact that we've been very fortunate in creating a history together, and that we haven't, and when we do have our rough patches, I think it's because we're starting to stray from ourselves. But we're just very compatible in general. There's a lot of things that he doesn't like that I love. Sure. Like I would love to go to the opera with him or to ballet, and he literally categorically says I will never do that because he will fall asleep. So I'm gonna be mad that he's not paying attention. So he's like, why would I put you through that? Right. So just go with someone that, loves that too, your friends or your grandma. My grandma loves the ballet, so I'll take my grandma. But the biggest trip I ever did in my life was I lived in France for a year. What? North of Paris. Wow. Yeah. My dad sent me to a boarding school to learn French. And I lived there for a year, and I absolutely love France. Wow. I love the people there. I love everything about it. The food, the language, like everything. And people there were so nice to me. And I was 13, 14 years old, and that's where I learned to kind of administer my money and become a grown-up. In a sense, obviously, I was very well taken care of, you had to by the people in the school, and then we, during the weekends, I would go to Paris, and I would live with a wonderful family. Even though I know it's something that not everybody has in their life, and that so I'm very fortunate to have I'm very blessed to have that trip.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it kind of humbled me in a lot of ways.
Sure.
I work at a restaurant right now, and I help the people in the kitchen learn English.
Okay.
I don't teach them, but I do help them.
Yeah.
They take classes, but one of the things that I always say is, if you are taking classes, do not watch anything in Spanish. Watch everything in English and put English subtitles on it.
Yeah.
No, but I don't understand it. That's the whole point, honey.
Yeah.
That is actually the whole point.
Mm.
And they were like, okay. And the people that have done it have learned English a lot faster than the people that haven't. The reason is you're tricking your brain into believing that you need it to survive.
So, like, for me, I've been trying to learn Spanish my whole life, right? So I should watch Spanish TV with Spanish subtitles? Interesting. Okay.
Because if you put English subtitles, your brain is lazy enough that it'll go and pay attention to what you're reading and not what you're hearing.
Okay.
So it kind of cancels it out.
Gotcha.
It'll go to the easier part. But if you put both in a difficult setting, it'll automatically start understanding a little bit more. Not right away, obviously.
Right.
As you watch things, it'll start. And at first, you might not understand anything.
Sure. So,
in Asia. Yeah.
I've got one question left to ask you.
Okay.
When you're feeling down, what do you do to help yourself feel better?
Whew. Well, I try to surround myself with very positive things.
Okay.
Either it's a movie that reminds me of a positive time.
Okay.
Because when I get down, I get down.
Yeah.
It is, I mean, I do have depression. I don't like to say I suffer, struggle, or battle. Okay. I like to say I deal with depression.
Okay.
I do a series of different things.
Right.
Like either I do breathing exercises. I might do, and it's anything that I'm feeling in the moment. Like if it's something that I'm saying, okay, I'll do my breathing. I don't like, and thankfully my therapist agrees with me, is I don't like to do anything because it has to be done.
Right. Yeah.
You know, like, you're depressed and do this, because then it becomes mechanical and it doesn't work anymore.
Yeah.
So I try to kind of try different things. So one of the things that I do is either breathing exercises with meditation.
Okay.
Or I do manifestations. Like I also have like little mantras and and things. I do a lot of yoga.
Nice.
Stay active.
Yeah.
As much as possible. Like even if I force myself to be active a little bit, because I know. It's not that I want to be perfect. Is that I know that if I'm feeling a little blue, I can really dig a hole in there. Yeah. And I'm like, nope.
Well, and the chemical, because I've been battling depression my life, and the chemical boost from working out does help.
It does. Even if it's a little bit, it does.
Yeah.
It just stops you from going there.
Yeah.
Even if it just stops you from going there, that's already help.
Yeah.
I also I might watch a movie, put music, start dancing. But sometimes I do, like, if it's something important, and I know that I'm feeling like that because it's something important, like you lost a loved one, or you just had you lost a job, or it's something that really, really struck you, then yes, I do believe in feeling the blues and feeling the feels. And But there's a point where you do have to say, okay, I've done it. I've done my work. Now I have to get back to my life.
Yeah.
Not necessarily forget about it, but at least, get back to being okay.
Yeah.
But it's okay to not be okay sometimes.
It is. Yeah.
And I think you have to learn that.
Yeah.
In order to not be okay. A lot of times. Yeah. I don't know how to say that.
No, that makes sense. Yeah.
Kind of, yeah. But yes, I deal with depression. Okay. And I've dealt with it more now.
Okay.
After COVID, because COVID, I think, was very eye-opening for a lot of us. Mm. And I realized that I was not in a good place.
Okay.
So I started working on it, and yeah, it's working. It's working. It's actually getting better. But yeah, mostly is yoga, exercise,
okay.
And not yoga only, meditative yoga and restoring yoga. I do like hot yoga and like one of those challenges.
Yeah.
And it's fun.
Yeah.
So,
well, that's great.
Yeah. I think exercising would be.
Yeah. It's a big one.
It's a big one. Yeah. Like you say, I think chemically, it balances things out.
Yeah. Yeah. I have a checklist of things, and I have 21 things. And I try to practice 16 of them a day. And nice. If I do feel myself going to that rabbit hole, then I go, wait a minute, what am I missing? What is one thing from this checklist I can do? Yeah.
No, but that's great because you're not doing it routinely.
Yeah.
Like you're not, okay, now I do this. Now I do that. Yeah. And then it's not becoming, it's like, okay, what of this can I do today? Yeah. Which is great because it keeps it fresh.
Yeah. Because you're the first person I've ever heard say that about stuff becoming routine or having to do something. I'm the same way. If I have to do something, the longest I can do it is 3 weeks. And then I can.
Me too.
I rebel.
Me, yeah, 2 to 3 weeks.
Okay, so it's done.
Okay.
Are you ready to see it?
Yes.
Okay. So, here we go.
Oh my God. Oh, it's so beautiful. It is amazing.
I'm so glad you like it. So this is how I feel like you present to the world. Okay. But if we turn it this way, I feel like this is kind of like your heartbeat.
Okay.
And maybe your quiet self or something. I haven't quite been able to articulate it in my head yet.
Okay.
But by the time I edit this together, I will.
Okay. No worries.
But yeah, so this is you.
That is so great. Oh my God, it's so beautiful.
Thank you. I mean, clearly I think you're beautiful too.
Oh, yes, thank you, Jen.
Okay.
This is a great experiment.
I love this. Yay. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, this is yours.
Oh my God. I get to keep it?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much.
Pleasure.
Oh, you are so lovely.
Okay.
This is, yes, I have to frame it and it's going on my wall. Yeah. I think my husband's going to love it too.
Oh, good.
So it has a lot of, the vibrancy of it. I love it. And movement. There's so much movement. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
You're very talented.
Thank you. Well, thank you for watching. This is Jess.
Thank you.
She's gorgeous.
No, thank you so much for inviting me. This is a great, everybody, you should do this.